It's November 19th, 2021. I've found a hole in the humans' understate, the way that they keep teaching each other and then teaching it wrong, and then carrying the mental disease of the incorrectness forward in a really dangerous plight. In human reality, they will try to follow their algorithm of logic. I'm an A by antigen antibody, negative by antibody, whatever that means. I'm not getting into the confusing algorithms that they try to set forth for themselves and patterns that make no sense and are only there to confuse one another, to further more arguments and let all the wrong people in all the wrong fields. It's really disgusting how they've set themselves up, and I don't know how to keep myself safe and protect myself, other than documenting for my children and for the man I was born for but stolen from in order to sit here in turmoil. So the humans state that in molecular biology, the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, has its own DNA sequence. It is an exact replica of the mother. And then they're saying, the humans say, not that I believe it, but this is their course of logic that they go off of in North America, being the state of New York, being like wherever I came upon this information, but it was also pronounced inside of the Princeton textbook series, and taught in NCC, which is Nassau Community College, for special purpose, of course, since I was an attendee. They say the other parts of the cell, so the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and has an exact copy. The mitochondrial DNA has an exact copy of the mother, and it's passed forward in genetics and genealogy. Apparently, they think that there's another set of DNA in your cellular markup that shows a different, zippering, perhaps. I think that's how they explain the male's role, except I know better as far as this is concerned. For my purpose, what I don't understand is they claim Benjamin is an A. They claim Daniel is an O. They claim, I believe they wanted me to believe that Alexander was an O, and that Anthony is an A. I don't believe any of them. All of my children are an A, because my mitochondrial DNA was passed directly to them, so they have A in their body order as priority. O is turmoil. O is subjective. O is not reliable. O is in an ozone hole in turmoil. A is the nobility and the correct minority that needs to get back with other A minority to protect itself in its electron shell and in its reproduction, should reproduction be something that it chooses, not that it's forced into, like the turmoil in the ozone has made. So now I don't know if they teach molecular biology incorrectness. So this way they can justify their turmoil and their blue state that I've been trapped in. It's almost like it's cyanotic. When you have healthy tissue, it's pink, it's red, it has capillary fill, it gives color. When you go cyanotic, you go blue, you're cut off, you're hypoxic, you're venular. I mean, it's not, and I'd keep that venial word out of it because that gets confusing in cross linguistics, because it's actually, some feel it's more ventral, but again, that gets into a whole another topic of philosophy at Philosopher's Stone. So now, what I don't understand, if my United States of America, North America country is all red blood Americans, and they're not in turmoil, and they see that my blue state is turning cyanotic, where is the outside union help to block all of the trouble actioneers and pioneers to get my one nobility blood back to nobility safety zone and out of turmoil, so this way the teams are at least instructed properly. No, we got our A's. Our job is to get our A's into the A safety zone, coach. Right, okay, so I got one coach with a whistle, safety whistle at the top in 7th grade, knew who I was, and I was swimming in my lane. He blew the whistle, I put my head up, I listened for the change in the order, and then I went to the next swim stroke. I mean, I'm able to follow directions. I don't want to give directions. However, I haven't seen safety coach with a whistle like since 7th grade. And so I'm thinking that he might need an update, because I don't think the information he's getting to protect me and get me out of turmoil and into safety zone is translating properly. I think a whole lot of people with angry tempers fighting for bread and circus get themselves confused with my necessity to get to a safety zone. And they make up a whole lot of lies and then a whole lot of cover for each other. And I'm not in like the I'm coming for you. I want to just get the F out of O. So, and then there's an antibody thing, which I'm not getting into because, again, these are like add-ons for matriculate, but I don't need to. Mitochondrial powerhouse DNA, top of the body order alignment, is in succession with the mother figure. It's an exact replical copy. So your blood as brothers all link to the one in the matrix. Great. I got 4 A's. I need serious help because we're with a lost tribe. I know I'm lost city of Atlantis, but I don't know what's going on with the other white dysfunction in the state of New York since it went cyanotic. And I've got a real problem with the TV is now showing something called shingles. They characterize it as a shell of a body with corkscrews going through it, and then this horrible psoriasis rash that comes out. I mean, it's not how it always presents, but it is. It's my skin is peeling off. It's a chemical toxic, and it's an electric disease. It's happening from short-term, long-term radio waves, some electrons that are radicalized, and there's no stabilization. Like, there's no radiation pills to, I mean, they give you pills for everything else, but there's no, like, anti-environment radiation pills to stabilize yourself. How do I get out of the O zone turmoil and back to A zone, since I have a priority written into my blood kindred. And I don't want to get caught in this court system that New York uses to turn itself cyanotic. And that should really concern the rest of the Union, that New York lives on the cyanotic level of like purposely self-defecating or harming itself and ripping itself apart. I don't know how to be part of the cure without saying something. I don't know who to say something to. So in actuality, I'm speaking from my body into a mirror, and that's it. It's a unique cycle of I'm just self-copying and making a record of myself at this point, trying to send it to one A-zone representative to help me, and however GoFundMe works or however Come Rescue Me works. And please don't scare me, because I don't need that. The New York crew is a really scary proposition, so I've heard and so I've seen. I'd rather not have to take part in any of that. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. That second zipper that the humans use, that's currently what's breaking and collapsing and causing destabilization. There's zippering priority with non-priority. Jason's an O, Anthony is an O. So Jason, 1976, is an O. Anthony, 1975, is an O. So they're zippering an A, who doesn't want to be anywhere near them, didn't want to be touched by them, didn't want them to even be part of the story, because I don't want the vortex to close in on itself, in double diamond funnel energy source at superconductor with a semiconductor coming through it and turning the photon into a dangerous light schematic. So now they're zippering in the matrix my A priority that should just be A on A, 4 ribosomes, 1 Golgi apparatus at an A status, needs to go to A safety zone. That's it. There should not be any matrix that holds my A that is included in my A, what I made. It came out of my body. It grew in my shell, my stomach. I win that argument. It's an A. I've got mitochondrial dominantship over them. They should be a closed loop blood bank for me and them and their safety to get back to A zone until we can concur or confer with the correct authority. By zippering and giving some alternate paternity, which I am strongly against at this point because it's only causing further turmoil. They're trying to take whatever 1976 and 1975 were and zip it with my perfect A and cause some kind of sticky factor in quantum entanglement, and it's a real problem. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza.